So, students, it's time for the next topic, that is temperature. And before learning about temperature, we must know the meaning of hot, warm, cold, and cool. And for this, we are going to perform one activity, that is, you have to take three vessels. We have to fill them with ice cold water, the second with tap water, and third with water that has been heated for 1-2 minutes. So be careful, as water does not become too hot, it will burn your hands. Dip your left hand in cold water and your right hand in hot water for about a half minute. Like, you have to dip your one hand in ice water, one hand in hot water. Now take out both hands and simultaneously dip them in tap water. And after taking out from ice water and hot water, you have to dip your hand simultaneously in the tap water. What you will see, or what you will feel, what happens is, tap water will feel warm to the left hand and cold to the right hand. So this activity gives an idea about that words cold, cool, warm, and hot are relative terms. That is, if you touch a hot substance and a cold substance with your hand, you can feel the difference. We can tell that one object is hotter than the other, but not by how much. That is, when we are going to touch one hot vessel, we can tell that this vessel is hot, but by how much? What is the degree of hotness? So, when you touch a hot object, you feel hot. If you touch a cold object, you feel cold. So, you feel hot. Why? Because the heat flows from the hot object to your hand to maintain the balance. And you feel cold because energy flows from your hand to the cold object. So, after this, we can feel the hotness and the coldness, but by how much? So how hot is that substance, how cold is the substance, or how hot or cold, we can't define. So to know by how much the body is hotter or colder than the other, we need to know the degree of hotness and coldness of a body. So temperature is basically is the quantity by which we can compare the hotness or the coldness of bodies. The hotter a substance is, higher is its temperature. So degree of hotness or the coldness of the body is called its temperature. So as the body gets heated, the temperature will be higher. So how we measure the temperature? What are the quantities? How we are going to measure? So temperature is basically measured in Celsius or a Fahrenheit scale. There are three scales that we use. One is Celsius scale, one is Fahrenheit scale, and one is Kelvin scale. And the scientific works, or in higher classes when you are going to study about temperature, we are going to use the word Kelvin. We are going to use the scale that is Kelvin. So let's see what is Celsius scale and Fahrenheit scale. Temperature on this scale is measured in degrees Celsius. So what exactly we say to this term is degrees Celsius. On this scale, the temperature at which pure water freezes at sea level to be 0 degrees Celsius. This is called the lower fixed point. So at this temperature, at this point, that is 0 degrees Celsius, water freezes. So this is called the lower fixed point. And the temperature at which pure water boils at sea level is called the upper fixed point. Like this is 100 degrees Celsius, so water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. So we will say this is the upper fixed point, 0 degree is the lowest fixed point. One thing is, we are using it as at sea level, because we say at sea level because the temperature at which water freezes or boils changes as we go to the higher altitudes or higher heights. So as the altitude changes, these points will also change. So we will take it at sea level. So this is our 0 degree, water will freeze at here. 20 degrees Celsius, this is our room temperature. and 100 degrees Celsius at which water will boil. So this is the Celsius thermometer, you can say, see here, or this is degree Celsius. Now the next is the Fahrenheit scale. Temperature on this scale is measured in degree Fahrenheit. On this scale, the lower fixed point is taken as 32 degree Fahrenheit. At Celsius scale, we take it as 0 degree Celsius. On Fahrenheit scale, at 32 degree Fahrenheit, water will freeze. 68 degree Fahrenheit, it is room temperature, and the upper fixed point is taken as 212 degree Fahrenheit, that is at which water will boil. So this is the basically the idea, will give you the idea of Celsius and Fahrenheit scale. So in degree Celsius, it is 0 degree Celsius is the lowest or lower fixed point. In Fahrenheit, it is 32 degree Fahrenheit, and it is 100 degrees Celsius. Upper fixed point, it is 212, that is 212 Fahrenheit. So basically there is an interval of, you can see 100, 0 to 100, and it is 212, 32 degree to 212, that is 180 degree interval in Fahrenheit. So from here the water freezes, and as the temperature increases, the scale will also increase and it will be more and more heated. So now how we are going to convert from one scale to another, that is degree Celsius to degree Fahrenheit or degree Fahrenheit to degree Celsius. As we know that in 0 degree Celsius, the lower fixed point of degree Celsius is, in Fahrenheit it is 32 degree Fahrenheit, and upper fixed point in Celsius is 100 degree Celsius, and in Fahrenheit it is 212. So therefore the interval of 100 in degree Celsius is equal to the interval of 180 degree Fahrenheit. If you minus 100 degree Celsius minus 0, it is 100. If 212 is minus 32, that is 180. So the interval is 180 degree Fahrenheit. So if the ratio of degree Celsius to degree Fahrenheit is 100 ratio 180, or you can say 5 ratio 9. So the formula we use in conversion from Celsius to Fahrenheit is F is equal to 9 by 5 into C. This C is the degree Celsius we are going to use, plus 32. Okay. So how we are going to convert? For example, we have to convert C is equal to 37. We have taken C is equal to 37, and the formula says 9 by 5. We have converted into decimal form, that is 1.8. 1.8 C plus 32. We have taken C as 37. We are going to put this value. What we will get? In Fahrenheit it is 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. Now from converting Fahrenheit to Celsius, formula we are going to use is 5 by 9 into F minus 32. Okay. Suppose our Fahrenheit temperature is 98.6. So we are going to put into this formula like this, and after solving, what we will get? 37 degree Celsius. Okay. So now measuring the temperature, we need an apparatus to measure the temperature, and that apparatus or that instrument is used to measure the temperature is called thermometer. And the principle used in the thermometer is the expansion in liquids due to heating, that we had already studied earlier. So there are basically two types of thermometer, and that mainly liquid used in the thermometer is mercury. Alcohol is also used, but mainly mercury liquid is used in the thermometer. So types of thermometer are the laboratory thermometer and the clinical thermometer. The laboratory thermometer are the types of thermometer which are available in laboratory or used in laboratory while for the measuring of temperature of different substances. So this thermometer consists of long, thin, uniform glass tube sealed at one end, like this. This is the picture of laboratory thermometer, and the most commonly used liquid is mercury. As the temperature rises, the mercury in the bulb expands and rises to thin tube called the stem. So this is the stem, we call it stem of the thermometer. The stem is marked in degree Celsius or degree Fahrenheit. The height of the liquid in the stem gives the reading of temperature. Here is the diagram. You can easily see this is the lower fixed point, this is going to be our upper fixed point. This is consist of thin bore glass tube, and this is called our stem. This is mercury which is present in glass bulb, and it rises and it gives us the reading. So these types of thermometers have a range of minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degree Celsius. The bigger marks are normally read as 1 degree Celsius. Those bigger marks are read as 1 degree Celsius, and if there are 5 divisions between the bigger marks, these are the divisions. The small marks are the divisions. And each small division reads 1 by 5 of a degree, or you can say 0.2 degree Celsius. Now we need to be careful while using the laboratory thermometer. The thermometer should be washed before and after use, because if we are not going to wash, it is not going to give us the correct reading. A thermometer consists of very thin glass, so it must be handled very carefully. So it consists of very thin glass, it must be handled very carefully as it can break very easily. It should not be held by the bulb while reading the temperature. You should not held it by the bulb. It should be kept upright and not tilted. You have to keep it upright in this form, not tilted or in any other position. And the bulb should be completely surrounded by the substance whose temperature is being measured. So we have to totally put that bulb into the substance to find the temperature, and that bulb should not touch the sides of container. While reading the thermometer, the level of the mercury should be at the same level as the eye. So we have to read, when we are going to read laboratory thermometer, we are going to keep our eye level to the level of mercury. As if you are going to look from here or from here, you are not going to pick the correct measurement. You will come with some errors. Now the clinical thermometer. I think you all have seen that clinical thermometer the doctor uses. The thermometers which are used to measure the body temperatures are called clinical thermometers. As you can see, I have shared the pictures over here. These thermometers have a slight bend or kink in the stem just above the bulb, so that the level of the mercury remains the same, does not fall out. So here, this is called the kink. This kink is to prevent the fall of mercury. And the normal body temperature of a healthy person is, if we measure in the degree Celsius, it is 37 degrees Celsius. If we are going to measure in Fahrenheit, it will be 98.6 degree Fahrenheit is the normal body temperature. So the clinical thermometer in Celsius scale has a range of 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius, as you can see clearly in this picture. So here is the mercury, it will reach, and we are going to read from that reading. And in Fahrenheit, this clinical thermometer has a range of 94 degree to 108 degree Fahrenheit. And this clinical thermometer that is used in the Fahrenheit scale is commonly used in our daily life, or in mainly doctors use Fahrenheit scale. Okay, this is all for this chapter. Thank you for listening. Please practice all the questions, answers,